Um, but really a couple of things. It's slow and hard work, and then it's also about authenticity. You just can't fake it. You can't go out there and claim to be something that you're not. You have to sort of slowly earn your time. If you were starting a website like what we're doing, really your first phase would be to get to know the players who are out there and start participating in the conversation. Come up with a strong identity. Guest blog on other people's websites for a while. Leave comments. Be constructive. Have a presence. Choose your medium. You might find Twitter to be very useful for yourself. You might find Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. Commit to a couple of those that you feel resonate with you and work with you. Definitely. And spend some time building your identity. And once you've done that, it's a lot easier to launch something on your own than as opposed to just sort of jumping in there and doing it. And then of course, being sort of acknowledging what else is out there, writing about what other people are doing, and then slowly inviting people to join you, and invite folks to come in as a guest, invite folks to contribute and talk about themselves or their own projects. I mean, what you're doing right now seems really cool. Reaching. I hadn't heard of you. I got an email. This sounds cool. I would imagine that there's going to be some really cool series of videos up here eventually. Definitely. And it's going to be something I'm going to come back and check out. And I'm the kind of person that talks to other people, and that's kind of how it snowballs.
Definitely. Yeah, I try to make something cool. It just happened. But nah, man, no, you're absolutely right. And I know a lot of people have these same questions, and they want to get started. Now, back to social entrepreneurship, or let's touch a little bit more about that. Why social entrepreneur? Why sustainability? Like, you're a smart guy. You went to business school. You could have been a part of some tech startup, and not give to, not care, just been focused on something else. Why this?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just something I care about. And it's kind of that simple. But it also happens to be a huge opportunity. And I mean, I definitely think that this is the future of business, on a larger scale. And so I think that, that's why it's funny, because sort of TriplePundit is very focused on the one hand, but it's also very general on the other hand. We're not industry specific. We're not just about the small entrepreneurs. We're also about the intrapreneurs inside of huge companies like Walmart and so on. And so we end up sort of actually reaching this really diverse audience that they all have this thing called sustainability in common. But other than that, it's a huge variety of people. And it's kind of a long-term play for us. There's definitely money to be made, and we'll make a living. But it also opens tremendous doors. I mean, just tremendous opportunities that we've had. And you can't think about it strictly in financial terms. I mean, there's ways that this has paid off that are way more intangible than that. But indeed, from a strictly traditional bottom line perspective, this is a business that has a very strong future, and it's part of a much bigger movement, and we feel like we're very much at the front of it. So this can lead in a lot of directions, and wherever it leads, we're even if TriplePundit itself never grows much bigger than it is today, the doors that it's opened have there's opportunity left and right, and so it's really I guess we've got a lot of choices. Definitely. And it's exciting. So,
and it's funny you say that, man, because it's the same thing with me and Quarter Waters. Like, I started this site, and I had several guests on so far, and they're all successful social entrepreneurs. And I tell my friends, I'm like, even if this site doesn't take off, the amount of knowledge I just get from the people I interview, it has inspired me, and it has given me so much direction to go start another social enterprise, even if this one doesn't take off. So it's so much value in doing something like this. Nick, any hurdles? What was your biggest obstacle you had to get over in getting TriplePundit, if there were any?
Yeah,
you make this sound so easy and effortless, like you did it with your eyes closed, one hand tied behind the back.
Yeah, well, there's lots of obstacles. I mean, you got to be willing to go for a while with little to no salary. That's whatever, that's something that can be an issue.
Yeah.
And it's the organization, and then when you're out there on your own, you can get a lot of. It's easy when I have an interview like this. I'm like, oh yeah, it really was so easy, but no, it wasn't. I mean, there was tons of doubt, and there were tons of periods of time where you wondered, why am I doing this?
Speak about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get, you have to, you try a lot of things. You spend a lot of time trying to figure out how this thing's going to make money. It's sort of scraping by, making a few $1,000s a month.
Yeah.
You just realize that's not sustainable, and so that can be very frustrating. And you have to be willing to try some new things, and you gotta come at it with enthusiasm every time. And that sometimes can be difficult to maintain. And then there's organization, and there's trying to figure out how you're going to run this thing and how you're going to motivate people. And some of the writers don't work out, some of them turn out to be rock stars, but it's trial and error. There's no there's no magic. So you spend a lot of time just kind of getting systems in place before you get the routine in, where you can realize, okay, this is going to work. This is a waste of time. So you end up going down a lot of dead end streets,
yeah.
Which can be tiresome. It's some people thrive working alone. I mean, I think I'm sort of like 50-50. I'm great 50% of the time, then you can kind of go crazy sitting by yourself.
Yeah.
So it's taken a long time to get a team together to build to achieve a little bit more of a balance in that regard. Have folks that motivate you, that you can help motivate, as well as being able to enjoy some of that freedom of being able to kind of make up your own hours and so on and so forth. Sometimes that freedom is tough. Sometimes the structure actually helps.
More productive, or not even more productive, but just make you feel safer, make you feel like you're accomplishing more, or
it really does make you accomplish more sometimes.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't complain. It's nice to be on my own as well.
Yeah, definitely. Now you touched on a great point, building a team, and believe it or not, I think it doesn't get that much light shed on it, but that's probably one of the most hardest and difficult things to do organically, like build a strong, solid team. And like, I guess it goes back to what you said. It's trial and error. You just got to meet people, interact, and see what happens, and just learn and move on. And like you guys say out there, just fail quick and just keep it going, keep it pushing. I don't want to leave anything out. Am I leaving anything out? I can't think of it.
I think that's a lot of it in a nutshell. We're folks that are interested in this subject. We're always happy to take guest contributions, writing, video, etc. If that's something that people are interested in, feel free to get in touch with us. The contact info is on the site. We're excited. We're moving forward, and we welcome collaboration and so on, and so doors open for it.
All right, definitely. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Aster from TriplePundit.com. Nick, thanks for coming.